right. Verbs are action words. Can you give example of verbs? That's right. Cooking, dancing, walking, and running are all examples of action words. But today, we will focus and discuss about using the simple present tense of verb. But before that, here is our objective. So at the end of the lesson, the students will be able to formulate sentences using the correct verb form into simple present tense, observing subject-verb agreement. To value the clarity and accuracy in communication by applying the rules of subject-verb agreement. Third, construct short paragraph describing a characteristic routine using the simple present tense. So in using simple present tense of verb, it is the most basic form of verb and it's primarily used to describe actions or states that occur repeatedly or conditions that are generally true. So simple present tense of verb, we use the simple present tense for two main things. First is to state habits or routines, and second is state facts or general truths. So how do we make sure that the verb we are using in stating habits, routines, or general truths are right? For our rule introduction 1, if the subject is plural, we use the base form of the verb. So what is the base form of the verb? It is the verb without s or es. So what is plural subjects? Plural subjects can be plural nouns or pronouns. So when we say pronouns, we use the term I, you, we, and they. But when we say plural nouns, it talks about two or many things, not only single object. For example, flowers, books, balls. So as you can observe in plural nouns, the objects ends with letter S or es. So for example, when we use the pronouns I, we use eat. So I eat breakfast. For number 2, example, if we use the plural nouns dogs, dogs bark when they are excited. So you just need to keep in your mind that if the subject is plural, the verb must not be without s or es. For rule introduction 2, if the subject is singular, we must add s or es to the verb. So, when singular pronouns, for examples are book, flower, ball. And if we use the pronouns, we use the term he, she, and it. So for example, when we use the pronoun he, the verb is eats. It is with s, so he eats breakfast. The sun rises in the east. So in singular subjects, you need to keep in mind that if the subject is singular, you must add s or es to the verb. So now let's have a practice. Number 1. My sister watches cartoons every morning. So what kind of present tense of verb is this? So our subject is sister, and sister is singular. So what verb is correct in this sentence? Watch or watches? That's right. The correct answer is watches. Number 2. I goes to school on time. So our subject is I, which is a pronoun. So what verb is correct in the sentence? It is go, because I is plural. So now let's have a activity. Our activity is called act and name the verb. So how it verbs. As students act out something using a sense, the class guesses the verb in simple present tense, and student then say a sentence using simple present tense of verb. For example, the students choose the verb listening. So the students will going to act that she or he is listening to something. And then the students or the class will going to guess what kind of verb she or he is doing. And then they were going to create a sentence from the verb that being shown. So let's start. So we are in the end of our discussion for today. I know that you learned something from our lesson. So for your evaluation and assessment, I'll be giving you a paperwork